Hello, my name is Carl Surrey and this is a video tutorial for the Facebook group called Fans of Serif Software. Now in this tutorial I want to demonstrate adding fireworks to a sort of nighttime evening image. The original image, which is that one, is one I took of some beach huts here at Walton. And the firework images are both ones I got from a royalty-free website called pixabay.com, which is an extremely good site, and I'd recommend you checking it out if you are looking for certain images for certain projects. Now I've picked two different images, partly to make it a more dramatic finished shot, but also to demonstrate the difference. It is easier to start this project with a firework that has a really black background. So I've picked this other one, so we're going to have to make this background black or blacker just to get a much better finished product. So, but first I'll go back to the start image. Now from the start image you can see that I really do not have enough sky up here to add the images that I want to, so I'm going to increase the size of this picture at the top here. Your pictures when you do this may be okay and you won't need to do this, but what I will need to do first is to increase the size of the image. So you come up to the image menu and come to canvas size. You get this canvas size option box. Now in the bottom section here is where you can position the image and where you want to increase the size. So at the moment there is a dot in the center and the image would be centered, and then when you increase the size it would add extra on the sides, the top and the bottom. But as I only want extra on the top, I'm going to click in the bottom square to bring the image downwards, and so now anything I add will only add to the top and possibly the sides if I altered the width, but I'm not going to be altering the width. And I will change it from pixels to percent, and I will add an extra I say 50%, so make the new height 150%. I will keep the width as it was, and there you go, the canvas size is now bigger. Now obviously it's white and I need to get the sky image up here as well. Now to do this I'm not going to clone and things like that. One, it'd be almost impossible, and two, it'd take too long. So what I'll do is I'll use the rectangle selection tool, and I will select this top area of sky and come as close as I dare to, without including any of the cloud or the beach hut. And then what I need to do is to come up to edit and copy, and then edit, paste as a new layer. And as you can see, I now have that section on a new layer down here in the layers display area. If I turn off this bottom layer, you can see that that's where it is. I'll turn that back on again. I'll press Ctrl and D to get rid of the selection area. I'll then come up to the deform tool in the tools toolbar up here in the left hand side, and all I need to do now is drag this upwards, and I'll come off that tool, so and there you see, you wouldn't really know, we can't see the join, and it just looks like a continuation of the sky. I mean, obviously it's not perfect, but once you put the fireworks in here, you know it's going to be less noticeable. And what I will do now is just merge those layers down. So depending on what fireworks and whatever you want to add to the sky, it will depend on how much you add. I mean, I added 50%. You could add like 30 or more or less. It's up to you. What I will do though is I will just darken this image slightly, and I'll come up to image, adjust, and levels, and I will just make the sky just a little bit darker. Maybe that's a bit too much, maybe. That'll do. Just to help those fireworks stand out. So, now I have my sort of start image ready. I can add the fireworks. So I will start with the firework that has already got a dark background, and I will then come up to select all, edit, copy, come back to this image here, and then edit, paste as a new layer. So there I have the firework image. And if I come up to the move tool, I can move this to wherever I want this on the image. I'll put it about there. You can always move it again later. And this is where you need to change the blending mode. And the blending mode you want is screen. Because when you select screen, it will remove all black from the image. So the blacker it is, the more that will be removed. And see, there you are, you have your first firework image. So we now need to add the second one. So I'll come to this image here. Now obviously I don't want all this landscape down here in the bottom, and I don't necessarily want that streak coming up from the bottom there. So I'll come to the rectangular selection tool, and just select as much as I can of that, and then come to edit, copy, come back to that image, and then edit, paste as a new layer. I'll just move this over. Now if I change this to screen, as you can see, because it wasn't the perfect black, it does still show the sky up from the original picture. So I'll change this back to normal, and I will come up to image, adjust, and levels, and the levels tool will open up here, and like I did with the sky in the main picture, I will bring the stops from the left to the right, sorry. But this time I won't just move the middle one, I'll move the left hand one, and it will move the middle one for me. And then just keep an eye on your image, and it will start to get dark. So the further you take it, the blacker the background will get. You will obviously lose some of the firework image, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So I'll leave it there, and then I'll change the screen mode back to blending mode back to screen, and as you can see, the original sky is missing. Now what I just need to do is to just move these around a bit so they are maybe in a better position. So don't forget to highlight whichever layer it is you want to move. I'll just bring that down, but I could even come from the landscape here, so it looks like that streak is sort of coming out of the landscape, and then highlight the other layer and then just move that slightly. Now you can also, if you've got the black as your foreground colour and you select the brush tool and you are on the right layer, if you wanted to lose some smoke trails or some other, like even that trail that I had down here, because you are painting black onto the right, on the correct layer, and you're in screen blending mode, it will not show up. So you can paint out some of this excess smoke or whatever that you don't want. It could be a laborious thing, but I personally quite like the smoke added, so I will undo what I've done there because I think it adds to the overall image. So basically that is that all finished. You can add more fireworks or less. I mean, obviously you use your own fireworks if you, oh no, I forgot something. Is it always the way? What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the colour of these fireworks. I'll pick these ones over here, which is that layer there. So highlight the layer in question, come up to image, adjust hue saturation, and then all you need to do is alter the hue slider, and I hope you can see that on these fireworks here. They've gone a bit greener, coming over to blue, and these are the darker blues, and I'll click OK. So that is now changed the colour of that firework there. I could do the same with the other one, but I won't bother. So now that is finally the end of this tutorial. So all you need to do now is come to layers, merge all, and which makes all the layers into one layer, and then just save your image under a new name, and that is the end of that. Thank you very much, and goodbye.